Well, hello my beautiful Capricorn, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for July 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I'm using guide chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound, okay? So let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Capricorn, this is your monthly reading for July. I can't believe we're here already, but here we are. Blink and we're already in Cancerian season. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but the Gaia chimes, the energy was a little bit of a mixed bag. It feels like a nice pace at the beginning of July for you. Then, of course, there was a little bit of a flurry of activity there, and then a very thoughtful energy at the end. So perhaps this is indicative of how your month is going to go. But July has come around already, and this is a time where your heart space will open to nurture close relationships, but also to focus on the things that you care about the most, and of course prioritize your own self-care needs. Now, on a personal level, July offers a softness to really tap into your rich inner world and lean into your emotional landscape to cathartically assess where you feel secure and of course where you feel you could reinforce boundaries. Now, what I can see in the water for you right now is an umbrella on a beach and the sun. Okay, that's what I can see literally right now in the water. So perhaps some of you are having a vacation, but if not, it can mean that you're in desperate need of a vacation and time to relax there. But you know, if you are lucky enough to have time away, whether it's a vacation, a staycation, or even a moment to recharge and refocus, it will be very beneficial for you this month. It will also, because of Cancerian season, remind you that there is truly no place like home. So this month will actually set you thinking, who and where feels like home? Where do you feel like you belong right now? A lot of you may be feeling like you belong on that beach with the sun and perhaps a cocktail or something. So perhaps this is a month where you are manifesting an opportunity to have that. But, you know, most importantly, you'll be coming home to self this month with compassion to re-energize. So if you've been feeling a little detached from self recently, caught up in the busyness of life, or have even abandoned aspects of self to unconditionally give to others or to a project or to a goal, this is the month that encourages you to reacquaint with self. Enjoy moments of stillness, connect to your higher self, but also to submerge yourself in hobbies or quality alone time. And let's not forget, well, there's the sun, okay? So I was definitely seeing that in the water right now. So a lot of you are trying to be super positive, illuminate the way, lead with passion on something, even though you're exhausted. But I feel whatever it is you're working towards, it will be so worth it there. But I have to remind you that we have my favorite planet, Jupiter, good luck, expansion and opportunities planet. It will be in the sign of Cancer right up until June 2026. And this will increase the opportunity for prosperity despite the very changeable environments and circumstances that we're all living through at this moment in time. Now, anything that you truly care about will be given a boost of positivity. And that's your protagonist energy, that boost of positivity there. We also have a Fool card there for you. It's a time of heightened emotions where you honor rather than suppress feelings. A reflective month where nostalgia could literally come knocking on your door. You may reunite with somebody or someone from your past reaches out. Now, this, of course, may make you smile or even plunge you into a deep healing process to detach, let it go, and let it flow. Returning to happier times is what it's all about this month. And of course, the full moon, it will occur in your sign, my beautiful Capricorn. We have the Devil card there, which is a Capricornian card there. And your first house, of course, is influencing you there. That will occur 10th, 11th, depending on where you are in the world. And you'll be firmly focusing on the work-life balance. That will be a review period in your mind. Now, of course, work doesn't always mean career. This can be your projects, your responsibilities, life. But, it's about finding that balance and that hard taskmaster Saturn that you are governed by. It will remind you to remain organized, get those projects, tasks, and responsibilities done efficiently, and only then can you head out to play. Now, equally, if you've been working too hard and neglecting your own personal needs, that period will reinforce a need to find space for fun. July asks you to find that. You owe it to yourself to find that balance to feel truly fulfilled. Now, we also have Mercury retrograding from the 17th, so some of you may see a reemergence of an ex or even return to a project that you've been meaning to prioritize. I would also suggest saving down any important documents, as Mercury retrogrades tend to interfere with the internet or apps, glitches, even power outages, and there may be some delays in communication or travel, and also some misunderstandings. Always important to get everything in writing. Now, beautiful Venus, planet of love, nestles up to Uranus this month, reigniting the spark in existing relationships, whilst adding a spicy encounter for those who are single, ready to mingle. They may meet the love of their life suddenly out of the blue. But ultimately, this month is about home, because we are, of course, in Cancerian season. So you may make a surprising purchase for your home, or you may actually purchase a home. Some of you may suddenly revamp with DIY or declutter, spontaneously create something that actually beautifies your personal sanctuary, putting your own personal stamp on something there. Cancerian season is always about feeling secure and connected with those that you hold dear. However, there are energies outside of that to contend with this month. Uranus is actually a very unpredictable outer planet. Its middle name is Plot Twist, for it loves to disrupt the status quo. So some of you may suddenly decide to cancel something, restructure something, reschedule something, and that may actually happen to you as well, causing a little bit of frustration. It also adds a very revolutionary and often rebellious dynamic, and as we are in Cancerian season, it's important to tap into your inner compass to navigate any surprises. It's all about how you feel this month, so you may even surprise yourself with a sudden change of direction that may shock others too. Uranus is very unpredictable. You can't really predict what's going to happen there, but in terms of global events, and please fast forward this part if you really don't wish to hear it, there are very challenging energies out there right now, so I completely understand if you want to fast forward this part and not listen to it. Get to the part where I hold up your card. First card is the beginning of your tarot reading. But of course, we do have Saturn and Neptune stationing, then retrograding. That means both planets move back into the sign of Pisces, which is very, very unique and actually a very big deal. This planetary movement has, in the past, coincided with some significant global changes, political upheavals, revolutions, and the dissolving of structures. So on a global scale, I have to give it to you straight, we may be in for a bit of a bumpy ride astrologically. I almost don't want to think about the chaotic energy swirling outwardly this month, as we've already seen what the might of Saturn can really do. It's considered a bit of a cosmic bully, clashing with Neptune with such dynamism. And, it threw its weight around in June to chaotically push us towards creating new structures. And with the addition of the unstable Uranus, this month may add a bit of a shock factor before we see calm resolutions. Now, Uranus will leave the sign of Taurus, then dip into Gemini, so we could see some radical shifts economically from now until a major climax in November. And personally, I'm keeping an eye on a particular alignment called Kal-Sap Dosha. Now, this is often called the Dragon's Grip, and it's where 7 major planets align between Rahu and Ketu, the north and south nodes of the moon. These are considered the dragon's head and tail, and my guides gave me this regarding this alignment. The strait from Tokyo to Indonesia, a midway point marks the spot. Java shall quake as the ridge doth rise. Now, I cannot tell you if a major event will occur in this area in July or not. I don't often get dates that are very specific, but this chaotic alignment will influence us heavily until the 28th of July. And it can bring significant changes. And these changes can be in terms of landscapes, of course, massive seismic and volcanic shifts. However, I want you to all be aware that with these very volatile sort of cosmic shifts and alignments and clashes that we've all been experiencing over the last couple of years, we are currently in Cancerian season. And Cancerian season searches for peace in the chaos of turbulent times, whether this is global or even personal. It seeks to find understanding and resolution in uncertainty so that security can reign again once more. It will try to guide us all home towards peace and love, but it will, of course, have some challenging work to contend with all these planetary shifts. Saturn, as you know, can be reframed. Saturn is all about duty, and as we move through this period, July and beyond, we all have a duty to passionately lead with light in our hearts, to exact compassion and understanding. This is our world, and we have a right to live peacefully in it. So hold that vibration of peace, of love, and together we can shift the energy towards a world that we truly desire to live in. And as you know, there are many different levels of energy: global energy, personal energy. So on a personal level, this month is a month to maintain and sustain, to find comfort and joy in the present moment, to make the changes you want to see in your world, and lean into July as a respite before launching yourself forward towards accomplishing your goals with greater speed. And of course, you'll have the help of Jupiter's great benevolence and support with you there as well, right up until 2026. So your first card is the Sun. So no matter what, you're trying to be really positive. This is all about energy this month. When you have the Sun card, it can be connected to the self, ego. Now, there's lots of different egos, of course, and I'm talking about the positive one, that sense of self-identity, because your first house is governing you at the beginning of the month. So a lot of you may feel compelled to revamp a look, change your style. Definitely get yourself out there and be seen, be a little bit more sociable than usual there as well. This is about you looking at what makes you feel unique, that you stand out from the crowd. You're not shying away from that. You're actually honoring it. A big soul-searching month for you to find your place in the world. And if you've been feeling a little bit unhappy with any aspect of your life, you're taking charge and shining a spotlight to focus on setting those changes in motion for the better. You got the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands. This is an energy of waiting. Okay, some of you are waiting for results on something, perhaps news. Some of you with that Devil card, it could be on your mind all the time, obsessively waiting. Is the information going to come on in? Six of Cups and the Ten of Wands. So this can indicate you're returning to something, or you may have to chase someone for information about something that you've been waiting for, but you will get that information. The Ace of Swords is there and the Queen of Pentacles. So I would say that there's a delay in communication there, and with the Fool card in the resistance position, it can indicate that the person that perhaps you need the information from, whether it is a governing body, whether it's an institution, whether it's a healthcare practitioner, whether it's a business-related endeavor, I feel like that person took some time away. okay? And then there was like a backlog. And some of you may need to chase something based on that. But you will get the information, and it feels like round about end of the second week into the third week of July, you'll see some sort of movement or progress on that as well, okay? But the Sun card, it literally says here, don't be afraid to enjoy yourself right now, a period of happiness. And maybe that's why I saw that image of the sun and an umbrella in the water there, because it can indicate that a lot of you are exhausted. So you will be paying close attention to energy levels this month. With that Three of Wands and the Two of Wands, some of you feel like you need to pause or re-energize. So you could be looking at items that drain your energy. A lot of you are looking at toxicity with that Devil card energy. I mean, I do feel with this month, July, with the Sun card and the Devil card, a lot of you are prioritizing your own needs because your first house is influencing you. So you may be getting your house in order, perhaps being really structured in the things that you want to achieve. And you could obsessively be moving towards your passions. You're leading with light and passion on a project or something. And you may feel a little bit impatient because, of course, these two cards are a weight. You may feel there's a process on something and you hate the pause because you're someone who's ready. Okay, you're ready for action. You want to move ahead on something when you have an idea, or you don't like to sit on things for too long. You like to actually get involved in it. So if you're needing to factor in other people, because of course there's a Queen of Pentacles here, it could be you're waiting on something or somebody, but I feel the moment will arise and it will happen in divine order. It's going to happen exactly the way it's meant to happen. You cannot miss out on an opportunity, okay? I feel like you're someone who is ready for opportunities, but now the opportunities are being finalized to come towards you, and you're so ready to grab these opportunities with both hands, okay? But also I feel some of you are looking at cutting something out from your diet or everyday energy. It could be a person for some of you, someone draining your energy, someone who's a little bit passive aggressive actually with that Ace of Swords in the resistance position and the Queen of Pentacles. This could be someone who gives a backhanded compliment. I feel like you're so fed up. You may be calling this person out saying, hey, what did you mean by that? You know, if they've said something that's a little bit off the cuff this month, because I do see here someone being a little bit immature, and you may deal with this person and highlight their behavior. I feel like you've been waiting for this moment to call them out on something because you've persisted or endured something. And these cards in the resistance position, let's put it that way, Queen of Pentacles in the resistance position indicates this person, you know, they are abusing their power in a situation, or they feel very dependent upon you perhaps. And dependent on your friendship or your knowledge, or it's almost like their dissatisfaction kind of materializes sometimes in a very cranky way where they try to knock your confidence. So whether this is a boss and they're feeling like you're a threat to their position, you know, they may be exhibiting some very toxic behavior this month, and you diplomatically, because the Ace of Swords is there, diplomatically call them out on it. Or maybe even kind of, ooh, this is a very challenging energy, okay? If you have a boss who's like this, it's almost like you highlight to them, because this is a highlight card, it's like you highlighting to them, look, I don't want your position. Your position is safe. I'm seeing beyond your position. I want to be above your position. Okay, you're striving for more. So you're like, okay, you can stay where you're at. Your position is not a threat because I'm going beyond. Okay, so I feel there is this energy here of an opportunity opening up. And for some of you, I mean, looking at the energy, it opens up after July. So this could be a promotion if you're in a career. And I feel you could be locked onto something like tunnel vision in order to get this opportunity. You're going to get it. Six of Cups, something is offered to you, is what I see there. It's a divine opportunity. But you could have some sort of appraisal or some sort of meeting with your boss or someone regarding this role. And it could be on the down low. So some of you, your boss is not involved. It could be someone who's higher that says, hey, there's an opportunity coming up. We really want you for this role, but you can't tell your boss right now because, you know, it'll put the cat amongst the pigeons. They've been wanting to do something like this for some time. So some of you may deal with that, okay? Now, I want to address anyone who is currently out of work. For some of you with the Fool card, there's a fresh new start here, and it can be something that perhaps was thrust upon you because it can be unexpected to have the Fool card in that position. So if you've come to this reading, and this is only if you've come to this reading and you're currently searching for a job, you know, it's very oversaturated, the job market right now. These cards indicate that you are someone who's above competition. The Sun indicates you outshine a lot of people, so people may have been telling you that you are overqualified, okay? But I do see that whilst you are waiting, I feel you're having lots of new ideas here to make more money. And some of you, these may be ideas that you can make money from home, because the Queen of Pentacles is a home space energy. Some of you may even launch your own business in this time. But ultimately, if you are searching for an opportunity, I do see like a position of authority or something that has status coming in for you. And I feel it requires your intelligence, your diligence, your detailed focus. And also, I feel like you'll have like a second interview. There may even be a third interview process, okay? So you may be interviewing this month, a third interview process, but it feels like there will be a wait in between the two, to the point where you may feel you didn't get the role. But it's because someone is on a vacation and it requires them to come back for them to complete the interview process. So if you are feeling a little bit in limbo with this, the new start is available for you. You will return to this, okay? I mean, Ten of Wands indicates that you're so ready for a new start, and Ten of Wands indicates you're capable, but there is a lot of work and responsibility in this role, okay? But I feel like you love it. It feels very much where you thrive, okay? Highly pressurized environment. I would just make sure that when you're interviewing, okay, because I feel some of you have a choice here, watch the environment and how you feel when you go into that environment. If it feels off or toxic, this perhaps is an inner compass for you to recognize that this is not the role for you. The right role will appear, and I feel like you will be signing contracts and things at least in August, but there may not even be a start date until a little bit later down the line. So again, I feel like you clinch a deal though, okay? So if you're searching, there's definitely an opportunity coming on in. You know, Fool card, Ace of Swords, suddenly out of the blue, the right opportunity appears for you. And this could be mid-month for some of you that you'll be interviewing for this. And then there's a process that takes you into August, okay? So I'll leave that there with a lot of love and respect. For the rest of you, I feel like, yes, you're prioritizing detoxifying, decluttering. You know, a lot of you will be cutting something out with that Ace of Swords, something that perhaps has been a new addition to your diet or even to an exercise routine. It feels very much like, because your 8th house is influencing you as well, which is about endings and beginnings. And of course, the 1st house is all about your body and how you respect your body, treat it, value yourself. So I see some of you have started taking something recently, now this could be in the last couple of months, but you feel like it's either not working or you feel that it has had a symptom that made you feel like it's not working, that it's not agreeing with you, as it were. So some of you could cut that out, but you may identify it thinking, well, what is that? Why am I feeling this now? You may identify it in the month of July and say, oh, that's the only new thing that I'm doing right now. I got to stop doing that. So I feel some of you could do that. And Six of Cups, you may actually discover something else as well. You may return to something else that was working. Okay, so this could be, for example, some of you, if you are managing stress levels with that devil energy, or you're managing high blood pressure, or you're managing some sort of symptom that requires some sort of medication, and you've been through the healthcare service, perhaps they've tried to move you onto some sort of new medication or something alternative. A lot of you may say, actually, this is not working, or this is having an effect that is flaring up something else, and it's just not working. The Six of Cups indicates a lot of you are going to return to a previous medication that was working kind of just fine, but you may have been offered an alternative that just didn't agree with you. So some of you will deal with that. Not all of you, of course, but that's coming through. Now, Three of Wands, some of you are waiting for a vacation, or you are booking something or planning something. This can be that you're waiting for a getaway. You know, these are pause cards, so the Sun energy indicates a lot of you are trying to get all your projects done. Be very productive with this energy. You're growing your ideas and your projects there, and you're hoping to get everything finalized before taking a vacation. Some of you may have actually decided to delay a vacation or change your plans regarding a getaway away there. You're still going to get away, okay, but I feel there may be some either delays you've experienced or you're going to experience. I hate to give that message, but it is the time period for it. But some of you may actually change some aspect and delay it. It feels like a reschedule because you're coming back to it with that Six of Cups. It's still going to happen, whatever it is, but you may have a lot on this month. You know, there is this flurry of activity, a sense of duty. You know, you are exhausted, you're at capacity, and when you have the Ten of Wands and the Devil card, this can indicate that you have so much on your plate that you feel overwhelmed. But I feel with that Six of Cups, there's this energy of you really enjoying moving ahead on something, being passionate about something, because the Devil card doesn't always mean you feel stuck or bonded to something that is negative. It can mean that you are passionate about what you do. You're so intensely focused that sometimes you're really close to burnout. So I would say make sure that you're hydrated, especially if you're going to somewhere that's super hot or you're working in heat right now. I would say make sure you're hydrated with that Six of Cups, because there is a potential to feel completely burnt out. Your body is at capacity there as well. But let's really dissect this Two of Wands there for you. Whatever it is you're going through, I feel like you're keeping your house in order. You're making plans. This is a card of engineering the next steps, paying attention to your ambitions. Some of you feel restless because you feel like you should be a little bit further along. These are two waiting cards. So it can mean that the progress has been slow on something, but slow and steady wins the race. And I feel there is some sort of breakthrough moment here for you, but it feels like it's also ongoing. So it doesn't feel like it is completed there and then in July. It feels like there's still a process. You are still maintaining and sustaining something. But, you know, the Two of Wands can indicate it is a time to wait. And perhaps it's because, you know, July tends to be a lull period where business tends to slow down a little bit in its activity. And this is across the board, any industry. It can be that it's a quiet period, so now you're focusing on things that you can get done and return to. A lot of you are returning to projects that either you sidelined or shelved for a less busier period. So you could be getting connected to like paperwork, documents, replying to people, you know, things that keep your day structured, because your 8th house is actually influencing you, and that's all about, you know, just your day-to-day duties, like completing things, but also it's connected to your joint finances. So a lot of you are trying to put new money-making ideas into process there. The sun is to flourish. It is to expand your reach. So a lot of you could be getting clear on the next steps, aligning yourself with what you need to do next in order to grow finances. I mean, some of you may also feel like this is not the month to make extra payments on your mortgages or repayment plans. It can be that you are deciding with that card, because this is a card reminding you to have fun, that this month you save a little bit more money for you to enjoy, okay, or spend on self, because we have that sun energy. Some of you may be moving money around in order to make certain things work, but you are firmly focused on your finances with your 8th house, and that's happening more at your end of the month. So you could have a breakthrough financially there. There could be a new idea that you set up, become your own boss, you know, set up a business, for example, structure something, or it could be that you're doing like a second stream of income, and that's why you feel a little bit exhausted, because you're doing two things. When you have a 6, it can mean the balance between two things. So a lot of you may be having many fingers in many pies and you're exhausted, but at the same time, I feel like it's going to be rewarding. I will pull some cards there on your finances, but that 3 of Wands and the 2 of Wands, it feels very much like you're waiting for something, but also you don't like waiting. So you're kind of wondering, what can you do in the meantime to help things along, either chase things to move forward, or to kind of like do something alternative in the pause, okay? So you may be launching something that you've had as an idea, or you're paying attention to making money in the home space. Some of you are having ideas to work from home at this time. Some of you may even be decluttering your home space because of the period that we're in. You may actually decide to do something from home, like sell pre-loved goods in order to bring in extra money. So I'm just going to check the finances. Can you show me some pentacles for my beautiful Capricorn? We got King of Cups, and we got the 5 of Pentacles. A lot of you are keeping an eye on like emotional overspending, you know, purchasing things that you really love, treating yourself, great, because that's what the King of Cups does. Okay, purchases things that they fall in love with. And Five of Pentacles can indicate that you're trying to find a discount. You're trying to find it at a lesser price. So you still get what you want, but at the same time at a lesser price. A lot of you are keeping a tight rein on your finances this month. Five of Pentacles can indicate that you are aware that economically things are challenging, so you're trying to hold on to what you have right now. And of course, there's an energy here of longing for more. So this can be you doing something that you love in order to bring in more finances there. There could be a sudden change in your finances. Let me have a look there. I mean, I'm not seeing any sudden energy, but it could be like an impulsive buy there that you need to be aware of. Some of you may actually send this back, not because you want your money back. I feel it's just either the item is faulty or perhaps it's not what it said it was. Let me just see a little bit more. Wheel of Fortune, sudden change. Tower, sudden change. Yeah, sudden change in your finances. I mean, there's a Five of Pentacles here, so this can indicate a sudden like transformation financially, but because the Wheel of Fortune is there, it's telling me it could be a lucky surprise. I mean, if you know my readings, the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune, they show up together, but because we've got a Five of Pentacles here, it could be that suddenly you release a money block, and that which you felt like you needed, the universe will deliver, because you're getting some sort of gift here with that Six of Cups. The universe favors you, comes back to offer you something. This could be an opportunity, this could be money. Some of you, there is this energy of perhaps looking at what you're earning right now and feeling like you're earning less than you truly deserve and desire. It may feel like this month, finances kind of plateau, but then there's a sudden opportunity or something changes in your circumstances, like you launch something, or a lot of you will be utilizing the internet for that with the Ace of Swords there, an idea that you have. Swords are connected to the ether, so it could be that you're utilizing your knowledge, getting something up and running that ticks over in the background on a social media platform, or, on some sort of internet-based website. It could be your own website, for example, or you could be investing in something, speculate to accumulate right now so that you can amplify your reach. I would say whenever you get the Tower with the Wheel of Fortune, it means something sudden comes in, but it changes your fortune. So if you feel like you're at a Five of Pentacles right now, it can be that a promotion or an opportunity comes in, or even like a rebate, a tax rebate or something, a royalty, something from your past, because we have that Six of Cups. It changes your fortune. So I feel like there could be a sudden increase or even a sudden win for some of you. Okay, so that's coming in there as well. But I would say with that Five of Pentacles that what comes in then will go out on bills. And I feel like there is this energy of longing for more. And I do see here an opportunity for you to it's almost like build security, because you feel economically things are shifting. When you have a King of Cups, it means they are secure, even though there are outward changes or things feel very turbulent. And you could be worried about finances right now with sudden changes. You may be worried about the economy, that perhaps there's an impending collapse that you foresee in the energy, because the King of Cups can intuitively foresee things. But because if you ever know a King of Cups, they sit on the throne and the water around them is very turbulent, but they are very calm in the waters. They're like, you know what, I know I'm in a good position because I'm prepared. Okay, so a lot of you, I feel economically, you are going to be protected and directed accordingly. So I'll move away from the financial aspect. I feel a lot of you, your money kind of plateaus, but there may be a sudden win or sudden opportunity that increases as we move out of July into August there. Three of Wands is an energy of like waiting for your ships to come in. So if you are someone who's already launched something and, things may have taken a slow pace, I feel suddenly they will take off. As you start to leave July, you see an increase there, but you may have to work a little bit harder or nourish it a little bit more or change something about it, tweak it only minorly there in order to help amplify it or allow it to be seen. A lot of you could go viral if you are on the internet in some way there as well, or an influencer. But of course, not everybody is that. I had to mention it because it's come through there. I feel a lot of you, the Three of Wands is in planning. There's something in motion here. It's It's not fully formed, but you're ready to expand on it. Some of you may require some sort of team to help you get it organized or sorted there, but it is about to give you a fresh new start. So I feel like plans are bubbling up this month. It's like you're exploring your options with those two cards. Three of Wands actually means some of you are questioning whether you're on the right path, and I feel like you are on the right path. Ten of Wands indicates there's a lot of pressure there. I feel that you care so much about whatever it is that you're doing, and it feels like a lot of pressure. You're worried that perhaps it could go wrong, but actually I see that you know, you're really going to enjoy it. And a lot of you may even wonder why you didn't do it earlier, is what I'm seeing there with this Six of Cups there. It brings peace and builds new memories, but also I feel it could be something that you've dreamt of doing since you were younger, whatever that is, because the Fool card is there. Now, of course, this is a very cathartic month. The first house is making you think about your journey, and the Fool card is there. So with that Six of Cups, a lot of you could be very nostalgic this month. You may even like meet up with a friend from childhood, whether you've stayed in contact with this person or suddenly out of the blue, they reach out and have been wondering how you're at. They will kind of like source you out, as it were, because you've been on their mind. But I see a lot of you, there is this kind of energy with like, okay, you're planning something and you can't do anything more with it at this time. You may as well just relax and have fun, because the Fool card is a fun card. It can indicate that you're trying not to attach yourself to an outcome of something, and you're trying to just live in the moment. But because it's in a resistance position, you care so much about something, it's hard not to attach yourself to the final outcome. So a lot of you may feel a lot of pressure, and you're about to launch something new or do something that's out of your comfort zone and take a leap of faith. And there's a lot on your mind connected to that, okay? With the Fool card, it literally says, just have fun for now and not get too tied down. So that's why this energy of weight is there. You're always someone who's in action, in motion, but it feels like July, at least the first part of it, is a period where there's a lull. Enjoy the lull. The universe gives you a pause on purpose so that you can, you know, reconnect to self, especially with that Six of Cups there. But also it can indicate there that some of you, you know, you've been working so hard with that Ten of Wands that you need to factor in some fun, or you need a break, or you know, you need to have a moment to relax. And of course, if you are a parent, I feel like you are perhaps taking some time out in order to, you know, do fun activities with your children during this time. And it can feel like you're still, you know, thinking about work and your plans and family and trying to factor it all in, and it's a lot. You know, Ten of Wands indicates you have a lot going on, a lot of responsibility. Things are tough right now. Some of you, there's this energy of a need for change, and that can be like you contemplating a schedule change for some of you. But I feel like you're trying to be organized, productive. You're watching what you spend. You're applying for something for some of you. It feels like you've reached out to try for something, and now you're just waiting. For some of you, it could be that you went through a test and you're waiting for the results, or you've decided to put yourself in a course of learning because your 8th house can, you know, ask you to learn more about something that you don't know about. It can be that, you know, there's a niche subject that you want to educate yourself on or increase your skills in, and it can be that, you know, you are reinvesting in self at this time, and maybe that's why Five of Pentacles is there. It's like you're able to save some money, but you've also kind of like reinvested some money into alternative things that can help you advance later on. It's like you're thinking about the future with these cards. And the Fool card, for some of you, if you're pregnant, for example, it can be that you're thinking about your future with an extended family now. Congratulations if that's you. With that Fool energy, it can be like baby on board. And the Ten of Wands, especially if the heat is a little bit more than usual, it can be that, you know, you feel very heavy with that and like out of sorts because of the heat. So I feel there's this energy of course, when baby arrives, some of you may be actually giving birth. I feel, looking at the energy there, yeah, I feel there could be this energy, and not all of you are going to experience this. It's like it feels like baby is about to come, but then baby doesn't come because baby is kind of comfortable where baby's at. There's nothing negative here, but of course you may worry about that. I see nothing negative going on here, but you may return when baby is really coming. So there could be like a false start kind of energy, as it were, okay? But again, nothing to worry about there is what I see. Moving on from that energy, the Fool card indicates that a lot of you are trying to be a little bit more free in your life, be a little bit more independent. And if you have a lot of responsibility, it could be that you're exploring your options right now to free your time, whether that's in terms of your work, or if you're retired, for example, it could be that you have responsibilities in your home or with your family that, you know, you don't mind, because the Six of Cups tells me that you love the people around you. But also you're like, well, what about me time? So if you're tired and, you know, for example, you have children who have children and they're asking you to look after grandchildren, you don't mind doing it, you love doing it. But some of you may feel like you need to plan to have a little bit more independence or go on a vacation or even, you know, purchase something abroad. And you may be worried about this new change that you're deciding for yourself. You're contemplating it at this time. Some of you, it may be to a place where it's sunny and you may be like, feeling this attachment to your family and to something familiar, because looking at the energy, no matter what you're going through, whether you're retired, in a career, looking for a job, or just coming out of college, or whatever it is you're going through, please apply it to your situation. There feels like this energy of like detaching from familiarity, something that you're bonded to right now with that Six of Cups. It's like you know stuff. You know, you have a cycle of repeat, you have a routine, and the Devil card is an attachment, and the Six of Cups there is familiarity. But in your like near future energy, the Fool card indicates some sort of fresh new start, coming out of a comfort zone, or, you know, moving into uncharted territory, or doing something radically and spontaneously different. You know, you're thinking about it. Ace of Swords, you're not actually being rash or kind of flippant, you're strategizing a move. And the Ace of Swords indicates a breakthrough or information that's going to help you break free from this familiarity and also like lighten a load or a burden for you. I feel this is you like on the precipice of a new beginning or a start. So some of you may be relocating, for example, you may be crossing water, or you may be going to a new home or new state, and this can indicate that you're returning to a neighborhood that you kind of like, but it's kind of changed. So there's moments of familiarity, but at the same time it's totally different. And you know, your whole life is in boxes right now with that Ten of Wands, so that can feel like a lot of pressure. You're still trying to do life, but also you're trying to navigate a very stressful situation of moving. And you know, when you get settled, you go, okay, it was worth it. You have a clear mind now, you're fresh in the energy. The Fool card indicates it was always meant to be this way, and you just feel like it's a brand new beginning here. And the Queen of Pentacles indicates you settle in your home and you make your home your sanctuary, as it were. And I feel this is all about the home space because of that Queen of Pentacles. You're looking at your resources. And why I'm excited about that Five of Pentacles coming out, because you have the Queen of Pentacles, which is to multiply wealth. Okay, so you know, your 8th house is to transform your finances. So a lot of you are going to have a sudden download, a new fresh idea that comes from nowhere in order to multiply money. A lot of you, it could be from the home space, and it could be something really simple. However, it feels like it's hard to start. But when you get up and running, it feels like it just takes care of itself for some of you, okay? So this could be something, I feel like a portal of opportunities opening up there. Ace of Swords, sudden breakthrough, something fated and destined to happen. You know, you got the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower, so I would say expect the unexpected. That's probably Uranus energy, but it's working with Jupiter there as well, which suddenly you get some wonderful radical luck. I mean, the Tower is often Scorpio, Aries energy, so this can indicate that you're passionate about something, you're driven, and you know, there may be a hidden opportunity that's winging its way towards you, and you're going to grab it with both hands. For some of you, there is this energy of, if you've been waiting for like a medical procedure or an appointment, there may be a sudden cancellation that sees that you can actually have that opportunity. And for some of you with the Six of Cups, even though you've been waiting for this for a long time, it may come at the wrong time for you, and you may be frustrated that you have to reschedule it, because Six of Cups is to return to it, okay? So it could be that you reschedule. You may battle with that, thinking, oh, I waited so long. And it's just typical that when I'm either away or when you're doing something else, that suddenly an opportunity for an appointment comes in, and you may have to either restructure things, because the Ten of Wands is there. I feel like you've got something that you feel duty bound to do, and you kind of like reschedule the appointment. But always remember, your health comes first, okay? So yeah, that's just a little friendly reminder there. Now, Ace of Swords, it's in the resistance position at first, okay? So this can indicate that you discover perhaps someone keeping a secret, okay? Six of Cups, for some of you, it could be someone has a secret crush on you, because the Devil card can be a physical attraction, you know, maybe even someone that you are tempted to connect to. However, you have history with this person somehow, because Six of Cups is there. We do have Mercury retrograde. I would say with the Ten of Wands that you may repeat a cycle with a person from your past, especially if they was a little bit loose with the truth. I mean, you're not the sort of person to return to someone who would string you along, or, I mean, if someone was emotionally unavailable and pushed you away, I feel, again, you would struggle with returning to that person. I don't feel like you would want to do that, but ultimately the temptation may be there, because the Devil card can be you looking at your temptations. And if there is one person, for some of you, you may be tempted to reunite with this person. Six of Cups can be to reunite. Ten of Wands, there's a lot of baggage to unpick there, and there's a lot of history. However, it's heavy. You may look at this person, if you do actually meet up with this person, like, why did I ever connect with this person? Some of you may actually just connect to this person, or just meet up with them and feel like it's more of a closure. You may go with that intention in your mind, like, I'm going to like meet up with this person and just get closure on this. I'm going to ask them the difficult questions, like, why did you do this? Sometimes we'll never get the answers that we seek. Very important to recognize that. Sometimes you have to give yourself closure, because you can ask a person 100 times why they did something, and they can give you all the answers that they think you want to hear, and deep down you'll still never be satisfied that they're telling the truth. And sometimes they may just shrug their shoulders and say, that was me then. I don't know why. You know, I was chaotic. I was like going through some stuff. And that's just not a good, valid reason, because, of course, we all make a decision, and we have to honor our decisions. We must take accountability, because every action has, some sort of repercussion. And I feel there's this energy of cause and effect there, and they may not have been acting in their highest regard, but they still know what they're doing. So I feel this person, looking at the energy, they may never take accountability for their actions. So just watch out for someone returning from your past. This can be an ex, but it doesn't have to be. It could also be a friend from the past who tends to cause a lot of trouble, or is someone who is, you know, exciting to be with, but they're a bad influence, right, with the Devil card energy. So some of you may decide to cut someone out of your life fully, because you feel like actually they're a bad influence and it weighs you down. It can be that it distracts you. They may be fun, and of course you may be seeking fun, but a lot of you are seeking healthier fun. So a lot of you could be looking at that right now as well. I see with this Ace of Swords that some of you are conquering some sort of toxic pattern within yourself. A lot of you may be bringing your own bad habits into review, so that you can make sure that you are more productive. And this could be procrastination with that Devil card. We all do it from time to time, because there is this lull energy, especially when you're trying to move forward on something or head on something there. With that Devil card, you could get bored or frustrated or angry because you're not moving forward on something. So just watch out for procrastination, boredom this month, because there is a bit of a lull energy. I feel like you're still going to find something to do. You're locked onto your goals. You're very productive. I feel like you are building a financial strategy there, refining the details of your goals, and your destination point is what I feel like you're doing right now more than anything. Deep in thought about, okay, I'm at this position. Where do I want to be? What necessary steps do I need to take to get to where I want to go? And then I feel passionately you're moving forward towards this. A lot of you are looking at your temptations though this month, or looking at things that hurt you, or feel too heavy. I feel a lot of you just want to break free from something. So I feel you are making great strides towards doing that. We do have watch out for the risk-taking behaviors. Don't let lust override your judgment. And that's true to spending. It's true to taking a leap of faith in some area. You're not taking a risk where you don't have the information. To do that will be folly. And sometimes the Fool card, especially in the resistance position, can be that if you're taking a risk without the information, that is folly. You are self-sabotaging or setting yourself up to misstep in some way, and you may have to return because the Six of Cups is there. But I'm excited that you have the Ace of Swords. This quiet period helps you investigate something further or think about something further to strategize before you do it. Okay, so whilst you feel like you're coming out of a comfort zone on something, you're getting the information to make sure that you're stable, that you're making a great decision that will benefit you long term and amplify the opportunity. This card can indicate that you're rich or you are going to be rich due to hard work, okay? But also it can indicate that you are someone who's being practical with the issues at hand right now, and you're trying to control your situation and make moves in your life that are going to benefit you. This card indicates that you like the finer things in life and you're not afraid to work for those things, but also it indicates that you're conserving your energy for the right things. You're not going to squander your energy, which is so important, your energy and your time. You're managing those in an efficient way so that you don't waste your time on something or somebody, okay? And of course, you have no time for time wasters. A lot of you with that Queen of Pentacles, I feel like you're capable of creating something right now and expanding your reach. Okay, so a lot of you, if you are a business owner right now, this is a time to think outside the box and run with that really wonderful, unique idea that helps expand your reach. Maybe even like overseas for some of you. Some of you may even be thinking about life abroad, or migrating your business, or just having a holiday home abroad if you're lucky enough to be able to purchase real estate, because this can be purchasing real estate right now, and you could be looking into that, and it may feel daunting with the Devil card. You may feel a bit worried there about these big plans that you have. It doesn't have to be real estate, but it can be, and you may feel that you need to get all the information first. It's not impossible. It always seems impossible until it's done, and you're a doer, so you will make sure you get it done. And it may require that hard work, but you're willing to put the hard work in now so that it benefits you later on. Some of you with that 10, you're thinking about retirement. You're thinking about working really hard now so that you can retire early, for example. And these could just be things that are on your mind in the month of July. But the Six of Cups, it indicates that you're doing something that you love. There's a familiarity about something that you are doing, but there's some sort of new approach or new way of doing it that is exciting and feels like a bit of a risk, but it's a calculated risk. So you're doing your due diligence at this time. And this is an indication that something is coming on in, something's being delivered. Six of Cups tends to mean some sort of opportunity gifted by the universe, maybe something you've waited a long time for, whether it's information or, for some of you, it could be love, an innocent love. I would say you may meet a person who's not looking to settle down, okay? And this person may be very flirtatious with you, very charming, but, the Devil card asks you to pause, not rush into something, and recognize the difference between lust and love. If you're just looking for a flirtation and something with no strings attached, then it's there for you to have at any time. But if you're looking for something with depth, something that you can invest in for your future, because some of you, the Queen of Pentacles initially is in the resistance position, so some of you maybe not looking to settle down right now, but you may meet a person that triggers that desire in you to settle down, to plant roots. But I feel you will meet a person, if you are looking for love, where it is innocent, it's pure, and you will know the difference because you've got experience in love, and you have a good measure of people. You're very intuitive there. Now we have that Ten of Wands, so a lot of you have a lot on your plate because you're just trying to get everything done in order to take a break, okay? You are perhaps getting everything finalized before you go towards the sun for a vacation. It doesn't have to be that you're going towards the sun as well. Some of you may be actually going skiing or something if you're lucky enough to be able to do that. And I feel with this Ten of Wands, though, that the majority of you are under pressure. And you're worried about finances, okay? Because I'm feeling the double shift. Some of you maybe at a different position where you can take a break, and others may feel like a break feels so far away right now that you're under a lot of pressure. But I do see this breakthrough coming for you where you are rewarded for something that perhaps you've been passionately working towards, but also worried about and under pressure, because I feel a lot of you are managing stress levels this month. I just feel like you're going to catch that break. Okay, there is a transformation. 8th house is transformation. I'm just going to pull a quick card on that Ten of Wands, because the Ten of Wands means you're a very strong person. If you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the figure is bringing all of the wands. You're doing it all by yourself. You're self-made, and they are so close to home. So it's like you're so close to this pinnacle point, this finish line, or whatever it is you're seeing as a destination. You're so close. If only you knew how close you are. And the Devil card indicates you're there. It's you. The Devil card is a Capricornian card. So this can mean that, you know, you put yourself under a lot of pressure. You're very critical with yourself. But that Knight of Swords indicates you're trying to change your destiny. And there is a flurry of activity. And whenever you get a Knight of Swords, it means there is a positive outcome. It means that you're a warrior. You're taking action after a period of that lull. As I said, it feels like there's a nice pace at the beginning of the month, and suddenly there's this flurry of activity, and then it feels like something's completed. Something is done. It was hard to do, but you did it. And there is, you know, a significance here that you confronted something and you were successful in it. And it may have been a tense situation, you know, but there was the breakthrough. You made it happen. 3 of Swords, yeah. Nobody said it was going to be easy. 3 of Swords indicates it was a challenge. It was hard, but you're conquering it. You're moving through this. And for some of you, there could be a misunderstanding with a person. So just get something in writing there, because you may have to return and say, hey, what did you mean by that? Or if someone asks you to do something and you did it the way they asked, but then they're very changeable, you know, they may try to blame something on you, but you could go through some evidence, whether it is a documented text message, email, and say, hey, this is what you said. I did what you said. And you're like, there's the proof. And I mean, because you call this person out, it may sever the relationship, but at least you stood your ground on something and stood up for what you believe in and what is right, because you got swords here, which is your truth, okay? And it is the truth there as well. What else am I getting here? Some of you may be going through something that feels like a lot. It feels like monumental at this time. But again, I feel there is this opportunity where you see headway. It feels like the light at the end of the tunnel, finally, on something that you've been waiting for. The 6 of Cups is the return to happier times, but it can also be that you're kind of shaping your world without rose-tinted glasses. You know, you're being really direct. You're putting extra pressure on yourself in order to get something done. Just be mindful of burnout. I mean, a lot of you are looking at your life philosophy. You may be having an awakening right now and thinking about a new beginning or going in a different direction. And that can be hard because there is this pull towards something familiar. But I do see that, you know, what's on the other side of taking that leap of faith is so positive. We've got exploring options, new opportunities, looking at other options that you may not have noticed before. An unclear path, communication. So this communication is coming on in. If you're waiting for something, a result on something, it means it's unclear because you're not sure how it went or how this communication is going to go down. But I see that it's going to be very, very positive. This is so interesting. Like literally nearly every sign this month has been given the bad gossip card. And I feel more than anything, that is about things that we watch that are negative, that breed fear. The Devil card is there, fear. You got the bad gossip card. Everybody's getting it. It's like what we hear can influence us. You know, if you hear someone talking negatively about another person, in your everyday circumstances, always ask, what is the motive of this person telling you something negative about this person? Because everyone's going to have a motive of talking negatively about someone behind their back. Now, of course, it could be just a vent. They may have just had a very unpleasant exchange with them and they're talking about them saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did this, you know. But normally, people are too busy to gossip about other people, right? So it's the same with clickbait and things that we watch online. You know, there's always something negative. There's always going to be something negative out in the world. And of course, we may need to be very mindful of what's going on and be vigilant about these things, but we must not allow it to rob us of joy in our present moment. Try to do everything you can to affect positivity in your own part of the world that you live in. We all have been given a wonderful little patch of our world, and we learn lessons, and sometimes there's challenge and sometimes there's breakthroughs, and you know, we can't win every day. Sometimes it's just the same old thing, right? And that's life, and we have to navigate, ride that wave of life. And it says here, people are gossiping behind your back. It would be wise to be careful with your actions right now. Bad reputation, enemy, and bad talk. So if anyone is trying to be toxic or rain on your parade or be negative about whatever it is you're doing, it normally means that they are jealous. And I mentioned earlier, you know, a boss type energy where they see you as a threat. This could also play out in like a friendship. It could be someone who's really passive aggressive, someone who gives you a compliment but tries to tear down your confidence as well, because you're reaching for something more. You're reaching for success and you're going to achieve it, but they may not be capable at this time of achieving the success that they deserve. So they try to kind of limit your success because they want to keep you where you're at. They want to keep you where they're at because they're afraid of either losing you or they're afraid that you are going to succeed more than them. You know, sometimes, and people are strange, you know, you can have a friendship where you're all doing really well and then one of you does super well. Now, I'm the sort of person that if someone is doing better than me, I celebrate that. I think, you know what, finally, someone who's a good egg is doing so well. I love that. But then there's other people who may look at things like, oh, they're doing so well, it eclipses what I'm doing. And they may feel jealous, or it may trigger something within them that puts a negative spin on things. So I would say if you're working on something, your plans, because, you know, 3 wands, 2 wands, you're in the planning phases of something, and you've even got the planning phase card, I would say keep your plans to yourself. Don't perhaps share, because there may be someone here, especially someone who is very materialistic or kind of like all about business or acquisitions. They look at what you've got and think that they should be better than you. So just be a little bit mindful. You're going places that perhaps this person is not capable of reaching right now. So just be mindful. So we've got explore options. I feel that's what you're doing right now. You're looking before you leap, as it were, on something. And it says explore new opportunities and look into other options that you may not have noticed before. Choices, opportunities, and refocus. Some of you may return to hobbies, things that you're passionate about. And of course, your 8th house is influencing you. So you're going to be looking at endings and beginnings. That can be of like service providers, visas, passports, expiry dates, contracts, you know, subscriptions that perhaps you don't utilize anymore. Disconnecting from things that you feel are excess, because the devil card can be excess. So some of you are guarding against excess. There may even be an event, a celebration that you're going to go to, and like a reunion with that 6 of Cups, and there is a possibility to overindulge. But if you are sticking strictly to your plans, it can be that you are kind of making sure that you don't overindulge, especially with that 10 of Wands. It may be very tempting, but you hold true. You're very strong in those temptations and saying, no, I'm not going to do it, because you're just going to reverse any of the good stuff that you've been doing recently in your health, body, mind, and soul. So we have unclear path right now. So some of you are exploring your options because things feel unclear. No matter whether you're giving really a lot of your energy and time to something, you are not sure how things are going to go. I can see things are going to be very successful, but you may be actually exploring your options right now. And it says here, step by step, keep going. Slow and steady wins the race. Remember that. Just put one foot in front of the other. And it says, and it'll lead you to the destinations you might not have considered. Unknown hidden blessings. I definitely see a hidden blessing coming on in here, perhaps an alternative path, but I do see an opportunity coming on in that will lead you to a goal or a desired destination, but may open up alternative destinations you'd not even thought about before. And that's quite exciting. It's the blank canvas. It's an exploration month for you. It says, be open to receiving messages right now. It's important to communicate clearly and honestly. Calls, text, expression, answers. So yeah, whatever you've been waiting for, the answers will come on in, or the information or the news will come in. Check your hard copy mail and your spam folders just in case any important communication went there and you've been waiting for things and it's been sitting there all along. If you live with family members, or you live with a roommate, or you live with someone, for example, and there's hard copy mail, just ask if anything came in for you. They may forget, they may see something for you and just put it to the side and think, oh, I'll tell you later. But I look at this energy and think, oh, they forgot. So just double check that. We have planning phase. Yep, it was all over your reading, planning for something that seems big. It seems monumental, maybe even impossible, but it's not going to be impossible because you're going to make it happen. And it says, take a step back and plan. That's what's happening here with those two cards. Take a step back and plan the necessary steps to move forward so you may return to your goals and turn those goals into reality. Strategy, research, and plotting. So in this lull month, I feel that's what you're doing. And we also have this golden moment. I mean, the Six of Cups is a golden opportunity sent by the universe. So again, even in a different deck, it feels like you're on the same wavelength. A blessing is on its way. An important door is opening for you that will make you very happy. I don't know if you heard that knock. That was on the window. Now I'm elevated. I'm on a different floor. There's no one outside because that's impossible unless like someone is about 10 foot tall. Maybe even 20 foot tall, okay? So I just got a knock on the window because the window's right there, okay? And that's impossible. So I feel it's a guide. I mean, my guides, I can feel them here right now, okay? But I can't feel any guides over there, but the knock came from there. So I feel it is kind of a reinforcement, something coming in that will make you happy. Rare, once in a lifetime, special. That's why you got the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower. It's rare. Okay, and if you know my readings, those two cards, they show up together often, which is rare. So I would say this portal of change is upon you, and it's quite exciting. It leads the way towards greater things. Now, I know I've just taken two trinkets here, but my guides immediately put a spotlight on 888, which is there. It didn't come out, I didn't pick it up, but when I opened my eyes, I saw it, and it was shining. 888 is wealth. It is prosperity. It is amplifying opportunity and expanding your reach. Okay, it's often a very lucky number. So I'm just going to take it out because it actually shone at me there. Some of you, it may be part of a password that you use as well, random, but anyway, keep your passwords to yourself. So we have a cat, okay? Oh, I thought it was a cat. My guide just said fox. Okay, I'm just going to show you. You decide what it is. I mean, I look at this as a cat, but my guides are saying fox, so I'll go with my guides on that, of course. They're always right. Fox can indicate you're being very clever at this time, strategic, okay? Foxes often operate under challenging circumstances, so a lot of you are going to have a breakthrough in those circumstances, but also I feel this independence with it. So I feel a lot of you could be striking out on your own, doing something really monumental at this time, and it's going to be very successful. You may feel it's uncertain in this economic climate, but whatever it is, doesn't even have to be an economic climate. It can be that you're trying something and you're not sure how it's going to go, but I feel it'll work out really well for you. And we also have the Libra energy of balance, harmony, and for some of you, you may deal with legal structures. You may have even jury service come in as well, summoned to be on a jury panel. Some of you will have to reschedule this. It may clash with something that is really important to you, so you may have to make a claim to reschedule. You'll be successful in that. You'll be granted that, is what I see. Also, with the Libra energy, this can indicate just lots of documents, responsibilities, and just being on top of paying bills and all of the stuff. You're just keeping life running smoothly this month as you plan your next steps on other things, if that makes sense, okay? So, also, you're doing what you feel is right for you, most importantly. You're leading with truth and integrity, and I feel like there's a win coming in for you, finally. So, I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Capricorn, and love and light.